Hey guys, what's happening? Shiz here, back with another Should I Bite? What I'm doing with these videos is I'm taking games, usually off of Steam, and covering them as much as I can without calling it a review. Try to keep them spoiler free, and just give you everything I can as a player, not a critic, to get an idea of what you're in for before you purchase the game. Mechanics, story, gameplay, interface, the type of game, just everything you can expect for when you boot up that game, start playing, and that's the kind of perspective I'm going from. So what I have today is The Long Dark by a developer called Hinterland Studios out of, I think, North Vancouver, Canada. And what this is, they call it post-disaster of sorts. It takes place in the dead of winter in Canada, and there's no zombies, there's no supernatural shit, there's no radiation. You're just plopped in the wilderness and you have to survive in sub-zero temperatures. So it's first person, there's no missions, nothing. You're just thrown in there right now. There's a few achievements associated with how many days you can last, and that's pretty well it. So let's get it going. I'm going to start a new game to show you exactly what you're in for. You'll see here there's story, sandbox. They only have sandbox available now. You should also note that you can only run one save at a time. Male or female doesn't really matter. Your character that you are playing in your first person perspective will periodically give comments and whatever else on what they're finding or scavenging and that kind of shit. So that's just basically preference in that sense. And then you have two maps to choose from at this point. This is still early access alpha, so I'm sure all this will be there'll be more to it down the road. Mystery Lake is more in the middle of fucking nowhere, from what I could tell. It was very tough as a first try, and then Coastal Highway, it's just a bit more abandoned civilization. You're still in the wilderness, but you know, there's the odd cabin and this and that, so you can kind of scavenge in there. It might make it a bit easier for you just to start off and get to learn the game. So let's start a new game. We'll start with Coastal Highway. A mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? That's it. That's all you gotta go by. So, middle of nowhere, don't even know where I am. They kind of plop you out randomly. I think there are predetermined spots where you spawn, but either way, middle of nowhere. So what I'm doing is getting up high. You'll see here's the interface quickly. I'm not going to go over it yet because I am in the middle of the cold with limited clothing. My hunger's going up. My temperature's dropping. So I need shelter. That's my priority. That should be your priority. Right away. Find fucking cover. There's a cabin. Let's get to it. This is a little more forgiving than the other map. Watch your step too. We all know oh fuck, look at that already. There we go. I just didn't watch my step and hurt myself. There's a wolf. Run around it. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Suffered sprained ankle. And I have a fucking wolf on my tail. So tap 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 hit. Tap 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 hit. That's the best you can do right now. Condition 42%, 41%. I'm fucking dying. I have an infected wound. That is how unforgiving this game is. Not easy. And there's another one. So, wolves are hungry. Get away from them until you get a gun or a flare.
I'm not ready to die.
We're inside. Let's see what is going on. Open up. Okay, so... oh, fuck. Blood loss, sprained ankle, infection wrist. Infection risk, sorry. Okay, so let's look at my equipment. You'll see here there's a whole weight. Let's look at first aid. Let's bandage up. We know that will fix one condition. I don't know. Let's see it again. Sprained ankle. We need painkillers, rest, and we have an infection risk. So let's get back to first aid here. And antiseptic should do it. Painkillers. Good luck finding painkillers. I've played some of this so far, and I have not found any painkillers. So, right now, I can't run. That was a very poor move on my part. We all know you really have to watch your step. That's a silly way to die in the wilderness. So, you'll see I ran into this abandoned cabin. There's no humans around. It's just you. Resources are limited. In this game, as you use them up, they're gone. Resources don't respawn. If you clear out an area and waste shit, you have to deal with that. So watch what you're looting. Watch what you're breaking down. Remember, fire starters and that kind of shit. It's all very limited, so be careful. So let's just cover the, you'll see here, it's first person, not much to the HUD. We'll go over equipment first. You have a bit of an inventory. Shows your clothing. Everything has a condition. You can repair this all if you find a sewing kit. You can also find warmer things to wear, which will help your resistance to the cold. You have a whole set of first aid items. You have your food and drink, which we have nothing of right now. Materials, tinder plugs. So as you break shit down, rip clothing apart to salvage, things like that. You can get cloth and turn it into bandages and use it to repair other clothing and that sort of thing. And then you have tools, which we have, things are like fire accelerant, a flare, and some matches right now. Let's go back and forage wood. Remember, everything you do in this game revolves around calories. So right now, just standing here, I am burning 180 calories per hour. If I move around, it goes up. Anyway, as you move around, sleeping requires calories. Sewing a jacket requires calories. You'll see here your condition revolves around fatigue, cold, hunger, and thirst. Now, there's different ways to get this shit up, but we'll cover some of the basics today. A log, which just tells you of your kind of what happened. So repair, so you'll see here I need cloth to repair this tube. That's at 23%. I can't do it yet. I don't have a tool. I don't have a sewing kit to repair it, but the interface is actually very intuitive. I started my game and picked it all up within like 10 minutes. It's all very straightforward. I actually like the way it all flows together. It worked very well. Very easy to use. If you have a bedroll, you can lay that out to sleep on. That sleeping in this will also save your game. Right click will take that away. Pretty standard. And then you see here just you have survived for whatever X amount of hours, 4 minutes, whatever. And then calories store and calories per hour. Sound is everything. So I am in this cabin, nice and quiet outside. As it gets darker outside, it'll get darker in the cabin. It'll then get to a point, unless I have light, fire, flare, flashlight, whatever, I won't be able to see. So the idea is to sleep at night. If you can, try not to waste your days. You just simply look at something, click on it to search. Nothing.
I could use
We
this.
have some raw rabbit in there. We'll take it. Resources aren't super abundant. Sometimes you can go into a cabin. You'll usually find a thing or two, but you may not find anything that will necessarily help you. Grape soda. Let's take it. Water bottle, super valuable. You can fill them up as far as I know with it using toilet water. If you melt snow, you have to purify it somehow. Don't know how to do that yet, but you can't drink direct melted snow as there's a risk. And this is it. Nice and quiet, just survive. That's the whole point. So we'll clear out this cabin. We'll try to take care of this sprained ankle. We'll try to get our condition up, and then I'll maybe just kind of head out and see what else we can find in it or around this cabin. Watch your weight. The more you're carrying, the more calories you spend. You have to consider that. Don't carry shit for, no reason. Treat it like you're surviving. I know it's not an exact simulation, but it's pretty damn close to it. I mean, it makes you consider food and water right off the bat. You can't go and eat and drink everything. You've got to manage what you're eating and when. You can't, when you go to sleep, you have to make sure you have enough calories in your system that you're not going to wake up hungry or thirsty, because that will interrupt your sleep in this game. So you want to make it so you have enough time to sleep for whatever amount of hours you decide to sleep for. If you get too hungry, to a point, you can just die in your sleep. Take some of this shit and harvest it, which means breaking it down afterwards. Cotton socks, not as effective as wool, but we'll take them because we can create cloth out of that. A down vest, perfect. We need that. I don't think I have a jacket on right now. And I'm groaning because of my sprained ankle. Let's check that out. to rest for 4 hours and take some painkillers. So fuck, that's gonna cause a bit of a headache, but we'll deal with that in a minute. I love the graphics in this game.
I could use this.
Simple, not too hard on the system. Although I'm running 2 Titans SLI right now, I'm sure it's not taking advantage of both of them, and it's running at a 75 degrees, which is actually kind of hot. But then again, it is early alpha, so they're still, I'm sure, tweaking the way it uses your cards and drivers and everything else. Newsprint, very important. As far as I know, there's only X number of newsprints on a map. That is super valuable to start fires, and I'll show you all about fires in a minute. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. Let's look at some clothing, cotton socks. Is there anything that would be better condition? 87, 72. You'll see as the condition goes up, so does the warmth bonus. It's important to keep everything you're wearing in good condition. Let's check socks. We're wearing wool socks at plus 0.5 degrees Celsius for warmth. And nothing beats that right now. That's a 0.8, so we'll equip those. They're in better condition. You just simply click wear. And as you go out, if you go out into the storm and it's wind blowing and cold temperatures, there's a thermometer, you can see exactly what the temperature is where you are. You're asking for death. Your cold meter will go right up and you will die very quickly. If you go out into minus 24 degrees Celsius weather, you will pay for it. Check out the harvest. Items to harvest. So let's go cotton socks, wool socks. Right now we have 77% wool socks. We might as well just break these down. You'll see it takes time. Calories are going. For every item you spend, every action you do, you spend calories. Harvesting items right now, probably not the best idea. We got to focus on our calories right now. Our hunger's going up, our thirst is going up, our fatigue's going up. Sure, we're warm, but that doesn't mean anything if you're hungry and thirsty. And we have a fucking sprained ankle, because I'm an idiot. Let's see, can we fill up? Yes, we'll fill up our water bottle. Toilet water technically is clean. I think I'm going to try to hobble to the next cabin. Probably a bad idea because I did see there was a wolf out there. So I'm going outside. We haven't waited. You can wait, like if there's wolves outside, you can wait it out and they will eventually wander off. But I'm going to take the chance to peek my head out the door here. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. No. Fuck. That's such a bad idea. I'm dead. That's it. Blood loss. Okay, so there you go. You have a good idea of how quick you can die. We'll take a restart. I'm not going to call it there. We'll start a new sandbox and see what we can do this time. We're going to watch our step. Let's go. Let's get out of the cold. That's a priority. We have to wait the storm out. Don't even try to go foraging or harvesting in this kind of weather. Warmer. Okay, now let's we're in good shape right now. So let's try to fucking keep it that way. Food. That's what we want. We want food first. We don't have to so much focus on first aid as we did in the last game.
Hope nobody needs this
so
anymore.
We need some calories. They call this the long dark for a good damn reason. When night rolls around, they get long. The time it takes to get through a day is quite a while. And especially when the sun goes down and you have nothing to do, holy shit, it's a good portrayal of how fucking long a cold, dark night would be in the middle of the wilderness. And you're just sustaining. If you're hungry, that's even worse. So, items aren't always this easy to find, especially on the other map.
That'll come in handy.
I'm kind of getting lucky here because I'm finding cabins. And we're going to check the bedroom out. Let's look for some clothing. Okay, so temperature's getting better. It's only -1 inside. As soon as you go inside, you see it feels like 3 degrees. That automatically gets better. So fatigue, hunger, thirst going up. Calories are dropping. We're burning 199 calories per hour. If there's a wood stove in the cabins, you can make fires in the wood stove. I don't think this one has one. No, it doesn't. Painkillers. Boom. There, now you give them to me. So, still 6 in the morning. I hear the storm outside. Let's pass an hour. I'm going to show you how sleeping works. So, sleeping, it goes in hour intervals. It's currently, 20 to 7. Wake time an hour later. Estimated calories burned, 85, so you can plan for it. If you try to sleep like 8 hours at a time, that's a very bad move. Survival. So, hour increments. Make sure you're eating in between. The cold is your worst enemy. So it, you know, cold takes toll on burning calories, freezing to death, that kind of thing. So you just really consider that as you're going here. So let's rest for an hour and see if the storm dies down. Sounds like it's still stormy out there to me. Wind chill is brutal, and we will see what happens. We'll try to, I'll just try to kind of go towards another cabin. You can see how quickly these conditions, your condition deteriorates as you go. So let's first take a good look at our clothing. Wool beats everything. If you know anything about survival anyway, you would know that wool is the best material you could ever take into the woods. It still keeps you warm when you're wet, as weird as that sounds. Food and drink. So you'll see it's very intuitive the way the interface works, very straightforward on, you know, the way it's just all laid out. It's very easy to use. I love it. Drink. There's some more calories for us to burn. What do we got? Okay, so we're pretty good. 100% calories per hour, 232. Let's make way. It's minus 20 outside. Too cold. Too cold. So this is a perfect example. You do not want to go out there if it's minus 20. First, we don't have enough warmth going. We had no temperature on the bar there. In a matter of seconds, our cold got up to that. So that just shows you how fucking cold it is outside. I think I'll wrap it up there, guys. It's a very simple game, fun. I give mad kudos to the studio who created this. It's just one of those special games that comes along once in a blue moon. If you like survival, if you like challenge above all else, check it out. It's a good, easy game to jump in and out of, as there is no story, or, you know, all you got to do is find a bed or throw your bedroll down to save your game. So in that sense, it's good and easy. I'm sure it's going to just get so much better. So I hope you have an idea of how the balance works. When you start finding more, I mean, there are firearms in this. You can find a rifle. There's flares, there's lanterns, there's all kinds of stuff to find. There's little hidden Easter egg areas, I think, from what I've seen. I've watched some YouTube videos and everything else, so I'm kind of just going off of that rather than my own experience. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. For 20 bucks, you can't go wrong. Really hope that helped you out. Really, really do. Please, if you have comments, additions, anything else to add that you think will help the community, throw them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. That's Shizwack. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch TV, and YouTube. Have a great day, peeps. Peace.